even have a gas car. Hello, everyone. I'm Steve. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm Scott.
And together we're Backyard Musings, broadcasting live, Apple Valley, California. This is going to raise my blood pressure talking about this.
We're talking about the People's Republic of California. So here we go.
Gas prices in California are projected to exceed $8 per gallon by the end of 2026. There was just in the news yesterday that the Assembly shot down a bill to slap on a carbon tax, like 56 cents per gallon. They were considering putting 56 cents per gallon on gas.
That would put total taxes in California on a gallon of gas at right around $2.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
So is this.
Unsustainable.
So is this.
Yeah. Okay. A study from Professor Michael A. Mische at USC's Marshall School of Business forecasts regular gas prices will range from $7.35 to $8.43 per gallon. Central to the increase are the closures of Phillips 66 and Valero oil refineries. Phillips 66 will close its Los Angeles area refinery by October 2025.
A couple months from now.
Yeah. Valero plans to idle or shut down its Benicia refinery by April 2026. That's a big refinery right there. When you go across the Carquenes Bridge, it's right there, bigger than life. You can see it. Would you like to know more?
What I'd like to know is we need to get rid of the people that are running the state. And everybody buys gas. Everybody buys fuel in this state. And everybody's going to pay that. I don't care whether you vote red, black, white, blue. I don't care what you vote.
My blood pressure is going up, man. My blood pressure is going up.
Yeah. I'm not even going to mention his name. Our California governor stated, California won't bend the knee to a federal administration hell-bent on making America polluted again.
What?
Yeah. Really?
I'm making America polluted again.
Our air here in California, which in the past has been pretty bad, is probably the cleanest it's been in 50 years, I'll bet. This is a quote, we're going to make polluters pay for solutions to the climate crisis they helped create, including, this is what really irks me right here, including CAL FIRE's world-class fire protection and prevention operations and holding the line on high-speed rail, providing a stable source of funding critical to delivering this project.
That was just incoherent right there. What does CAL FIRE have to do with climate crisis and
other than they don't
polluting?
They don't have the tools to put out the fires when we have them.
High-speed rail, what does that have to do with?
Yeah. You're going to put a high-speed rail down the main streets of every town in California.
Billions of dollars over budget.
Yeah.
This is my blood
pressure.
pressure.
Goes nowhere. Who wants to go to Modesto?
Oh man.
No, this is just what we deal with every day.
The governor added, quote, we will do all of this while continuing to get money directly back to people's wallets. Do you believe that lie?
Yeah, no, this guy
is just separating money from our wallets.
He's a scumbucket, man. I mean, he is just a slick talker. That's all he is.
Making $60 billion available to help Californians with their utility bills. Aren't we billions over budget right now?
Yeah. Way big shortfall.
We're feeding the illegal immigrants. We're housing them. We're giving them free health care. Medi-Cal. Yeah. The reduction could result in a daily loss of up to 13.1 million gallons of gasoline.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's going to go back to
daily loss.
The gas issues that we had in the 80s,
the
early 80s. Yeah, you got long lines every other day. You got to get gas or whatever. You have an odd number in your license plate. It's
definitely going to drive people to electric cars. It will, or hydrogen cars or whatever.
Which I don't know if that's even the answer, but or it's going to drive people out of the state. And then the only people that'll be left will be paying these outrageous prices.
Yeah, our neighbor just left the state. Yeah. We helped move them out. Yeah. Okay, Mische claimed disruptions in refinery production will not align with the drop in demand. Mische said, quote, we're not going to see a 20% drop in demand to match that reduction, he added. Right. That creates a significant supply shortfall.
We drive everywhere here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This super high rail is not going to solve our commuting problems. It's not.
No. California faces challenges such as increasing excise and sales tax rising cap and trade costs, and reliance on costly maritime transport. State Senator Brian W. Jones, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know where District 40 is, but he's a Republican. So he's one of the
voices of sanity.
The few,
Yeah.
expressed concerns over a potential energy and economic crisis. Jones stated, "We're not just losing gas. We're losing jobs, losing local economies, losing our grip on affordable living in California, and losing a critical layer of our national security."
Energy is national security.
Yeah.
Senior research fellow Kevin Diaratna stated, quote, "There are essentially no upsides to any of these policies aimed at curb climate change." I mean, think about it. Let's think about it right now. What are the upsides to cutting out gasoline?
Yeah.
I mean,
all it's
cleaner
going to do is going to keep people from being able to get around.
I can't think of any upside at all. Not one. If you can think of an upside to cutting 13 million gallons per day of gasoline, let us know. I can't think of one. I know we're talking on the fly right here, but maybe.
But we live here.
Yeah.
Well, and I know you don't drive a car.
But I'm still pissed off. I'm still upset.
Yeah, I know, because it's. And again, we don't have. If everybody today, if they stopped allowing gasoline engines to be used, we do not have the grid or the setup right now to charge everybody's car if they were all electric.
Yeah, no, right? It's crazy. I mean, you go to these commercial chargers, there's like 6 chargers and there's 12 deep waiting for a charger, to get their car in to charge it.
And it takes time.
Except for Tesla. Tesla, they've got millions of chargers, and they're pretty much taken care of.
Okay, but even though there's not enough. And then again, we don't have the grid for it, right? We found that out, was it last summer? Was it last summer that there was a power outage someplace? They couldn't charge their electric cars. So, is this me?
So, Diaratna added, "We have modeled these types of policies at the federal level, and they come with significant economic costs and essentially no environmental impact," Mische said. "Any disruption to maritime transport, geopolitical events, a hurricane in the Gulf, labor disputes could cause major problems. We're putting ourselves in a vulnerable position," end quote.
Jones urged immediate action from the governor of California to prevent
People's Republic of California
to prevent refinery shutdowns, emphasizing that such closures threaten fuel prices and thousands of jobs. The governor's spokesman, Daniel Villaseñor, stated that the gas price gouging laws has helped avoid severe price spikes.
What a lie.
Yeah, that is just
what a lie. Like Valero and the big gas companies are trying to gouge us.
Yeah.
It's their taxes that are gouging us. The governor's all these Democrat taxes they put on it.
Yeah. I mean, right now, a price of 87 octane, which is the lowest I think pretty much the lowest you can buy in our state. You may be able to buy 85 someplace, but 87 is pretty much it. And I think the average price is right around
440.
Well, it's probably between 4 and 440. There's some places in town that are under $4, but if we drop that down by $2 or let's say $1.50, that's back in the Trump days, right? Trump's first term.
Do you really think people are just going to flood the roads because it's dropped $1.30? No. They're just a sigh of relief.
Yeah,
help pay bills.
Yeah, exactly. They're getting a little bit more money in their pocket because they're not having to spend it to get to work every day.
They're not going to flood the streets.
Yeah. And again, this during vacation time, this affects businesses where people go on vacation. It's crazy.
And groceries, to transport materials from the bakery to the raw material to the bakery.
Right. Everything you buy. So. Quote, "In the 2 years since the governor signed California's gas price gouging law," which is a joke, "the state has avoided severe gasoline price spikes like the historic 2022 spike, saving Californians billions of dollars at the pump."
Costing.
I'm sorry.
No,
but that's just saying. Blow. That's just blow. It's just all blow. These guys, I don't know where they're talking about saving us money.
It's like it's the big ripoff,
but a lot of it is our electorate as well. a
We
few
had
years
high
ago.
rates.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to pass a law. Of course, they probably would have fought it in the courts. It was on the ballot where we could reduce the gas tax by, I think it was 12 cents a gallon, which doesn't sound like a lot to some, but when you're paying $1.50
Do
or
you
whatever,
know what your rate is? Kilowatt hour per kilowatt hour?
I don't.
Okay, I'm on a plan because I have batteries and EV cars. I'm on a plan that's 63 cents per kilowatt hour during the peak, 4 to 9, which I use the batteries to shave the peak. So I'm not using any. And then off peak, between that, 23 cents per kilowatt hour, which
So even though
23
you have
cents is
solar
cheap.
and batteries, you're still paying that
Oh yeah.
per power.
Well, I've got 2 cars that I'm charging.
Yeah.
And I charge them every other day, you know, so instead of 2 on one day, you know, just to be consistent, to use up as much energy smartly instead of giving it back to SoCal Edison. All the excess goes back to the grid.
Right.
You know, and I want to give it to the grid.
Yeah, and who gets that? They're making money off of it.
Well,
right?
they're making money off it,
selling
and now they're trying to cut the subsidy that they're going to give you, trying to make it zero.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to fly. We'll see.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Ugh.
we're getting hosed in the state, no pun intended, and it just yeah, and it the only reason that's happening is because of the people that we elect.
Yeah, the Democrats, super majority.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Take care, everyone. Thanks.
Did you see